Hey, everybody.
We're live.
We are live.
We are live. Happy Sunday, y'all.
Happy Sunday. And if you didn't notice, I don't have a beard anymore.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Today, we are talking about some other stuff.
Yep. So, we were able to retire sooner than later because we've always had a side hustle.
That's right. And the reason why our retirement has been action-packed, right? What did Action VJ say? Where in the world are Amici and Rick, right? It has been action-packed because we have had a side hustle or two or three.
4 or 5 job.
2-3 job, man. 2-3 job.
Khaleesi and I have had a marketing and production company, video production company for 20 years now.
It's been 20 years.
It's been a long time.
I mean, look, I've been an entrepreneur for as long as I can remember. I mean, back in college, you remember I had like a balloon decorating business that I learned a lot. That was in the late 90s. I've had 2 small films that Stars Encore purchased, right? That I co-produced. And then Rick and I started a New Dawn Productions, right? In the early 2000s.
Yeah,
but
I was always in entertainment too.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. That's right. And so besides my master's degree, I've been helping small businesses grow for over a decade. And so today,
we're going to give you 6 side hustles for retirees and folks that want to reach financial independence.
Not only will we give you those 6 ideas, but we're also going to give you some time-saving tips that will condense the amount of time that it takes to create these products. And you will want to stick around until the end because we're also going to give some marketing tips that helped our Black Utopia grow and get monetized with it less than 3.5 months. Actually, it was about 3 months. It was about 3 months. Yeah. Y'all did that. Y'all did that. And so we thank you for it. But you would not have found out about us if we weren't doing a little bit of marketing.
That's true.
So.
But first, let's introduce ourselves.
All right. Hey, y'all. My name's Khaleesi.
And I'm Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
On our channel, we talk about money. We talk about travel. We talk about retiring abroad as we build generational wealth. We help folks who look like us, who are getting close to retirement age and forgot to plan, get their money straight so that they can retire on time or maybe even early.
Early is always a good thing.
So today we are talking about?
Today we're talking about 6 surprising side hustles for Black folks over 50 and to make extra cash.
Make that money. Because so often what we hear when we get, we do one-on-one coaching calls, right? If you want the information for that is in the description below. But so often we hear from folks, who are like trying to find ways to get to financial independence, and the math ain't mathing, y'all. The math ain't mathing. And so sometimes we just have to make more money. We have to increase our income. Right. So for those of you who are new to our channel, then you might not know. Back in 2018, Rick and I got a wake-up call. We were already close to retirement age, and we looked at our money. Y'all, it looked crazy. But we did get our financial act together, and we went from negative 22,000 to over 1.1 million in net worth. Y'all, if we could do it, you can do it too. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, if you are interested in travel, in retiring abroad, in getting your financial independence, which is the most important thing, then please subscribe to our channel. We know 50% of you who watch are not subscribed.
Subscribe.
We are trying to get to 50,000 subscribers, y'all. 50,000. Now, I know it's just kind of a vanity number, but
I want 100.
He wants 100.
I want a grip.
I think, it is a vanity number, but what it does say is that we are reaching our community and offering information that our community really, really needs. And the only way we can do that is with your help. So we're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. So we want you to subscribe. If you're not subscribed, hit that notification bell so that you know every single time that we go live. And if you want to get onto our email list, that information is in the description below. So I'm just going to tell you right off the bat what the 6 things are. And then we're going to say hello. Now, what I'm not going to say is how, the time-saving tips, or any of that. But just in case, we're just going to give them to you. Number 1, become a freelancer or consultant. Number 2,
create an ebook or a course.
Number 3, start a blog, educate and advertise. Number 4,
create and sell products.
Number 5, lead trips or retreats. Number 6,
start a YouTube channel.
And we have a special bonus one, but we're not going to give you that right now. We're not going to give you that right now. No, we ain't going to give you that right now. And we'll give you the marketing tips. But y'all, we have been in the past 2 or 3 or 4 months, we really have been exploring different technologies and ways to make our job easier. Now, not the research, not any of that stuff, but just the mundane things, the things that take repetition, et cetera, et cetera. So we've got some ideas for you. And so take your notebooks out, because I don't think there's too many people on here. I'm looking at the chat and I'm about to say hello to all y'all. I'm looking at the chat and there are not too many of you that I know is like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need nothing. So with that, hey, Winnie.
Hey, Winnie.
How you doing? From Houston. Winnie, we need your help in Houston with them voter suppression laws. Y'all, Texas is tripping. Hey, CK. Good to see you. Vicky is in the house. Hello, OBU. Happy Sunday.
Hey, Greta,
Halisi. And Rick, greetings, Utopians. Hello, fellow Utopians. We hope everyone is trying to build their own utopia. Right, Eleanor?
Hey, Eleanor.
Good afternoon. It's actually 9:30 at night where we are, y'all. It's 9:30 at night.
Hey, Bobby.
So Bobby's in the house from Colorado.
Holding Colorado down.
Yes. Hold it down, baby girl. Hold it down.
Karen Louise.
Hey, Karen Louise, holding down California, city of Compton. I really need to figure out a good side hustle. So this is, oh, good. Okay. All right. So we've got some ideas, and so we just gave you those 6 ideas, but I want to go deeper and show you how you can do these things more easily, right, sweetheart? Mm-hmm. I mean, even the stuff that you've researched, y'all have seen some of the shorts that we have coming out now. We come out with them a lot more. And all of this is information that we are going to pass on to you, right, Vanessa? Happy Sunday to you. Shanora is in the house. Hello, Utopians from North Carolina. What's up with your the person running for governor?
Oh, Lord have mercy. He scares me.
The person running for governor.
The black Nazi?
The black Nazi. Oh, my God.
I guess, hey.
Oh, my God. Like, it's just amazing to me. And this is one of the reasons y'all know that I will be speaking at Exodus Summit. So if Portugal is not your place, and the Move to Portugal Virtual Summit, information is in the description below, is not for you because Portugal is not on your list and you are a Black woman, then you need to be at the Exodus Summit. If you are a Black man and you have a Black woman in your life, then you need to gift her.
Make sure she gets to the Exodus Summit. Yes.
A link to that is in the description below. And I'm going to be offering something special for Utopians. I do have a free ticket that we will be auctioning off as we get closer. So don't look, if you can afford it, don't be trying to get a free ticket. if you can afford it. All right. Hey, Action VJ. Hey, everybody is up in here trying to get that money. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit that like button so that you know and so that YouTube knows that this is something that needs to be passed on to other people. Hey there. Oh, gosh. Okay. I know. I remember you from last time. Flutter by PN. Oh, that's right. I know who you are, baby girl. From the Pacific Northwest. By Pacific Northwest. I know who you are. That's right. But when I see it, I gotta,
you gotta stop
click.
and think.
It's gotta click. It's gotta click, right, Tanya? Hello, OBU family. We got Kay Renee is in the house, also holding down Cali. Pisces Pret. Hey, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Killer Queen is in the house. There are certain names that he just loves to say.
I love
Karen
her
Louise,
name.
Greta, Killer
I love
Queen.
Killer Queen. She was Killer so Queen. Cool.
Oh, she is cool.
She's awesome.
She was cool. She is cool.
She is cool.
But also, you love to say, "Ain't nobody trying to." Ain't
nobody trying. Trying to see you. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. I find that clip every time on the internet just to hear him say that.
Hey, Robin. Allison's in the house. All right, y'all. Lori Butler, the luxury bucket list. Hey, Glenda Sullivan. That seems like a new name. Hey, Glenda. Good to see you. Pinky is in the house.
Hey, Pinky.
Soul Belichick. Who else we've got? Laura Undecided. Back. So where you at now, Laura Undecided? Where you at? Deneen is in the house. Peggy, Courtney, Michelle, Jametta, y'all. We love you. Brenna. Monica or Monica.
Did you get Jess in there?
I think I got Jess.
Hey, Jess.
I'm sure she's here. She's always here. Okay.
I saw her. That's what I said. I don't know if you shouted her out or what.
Did I skip it? Okay. We love you guys. We love you. Thank you so much. We are going to get started because y'all didn't come just to say hello to each other. Y'all came for some information. Yes, information. So let's get started with number 1.
Become a freelance or a consultant. A freelancer or consultant.
Okay. Either way you want to look at it. Consulting is one thing because consulting, you don't do work, right? You consult, you advise, then they go off and do the work. Hello, right? But freelancing, you actually do the work, right? So, building a website, creating graphic design, doing copywriting, all of those things, that's more freelancing. Consulting is advising. You go in and you advise. Consulting tends to be business to business, whereas freelancing tends to be, business to consumer or business to business, right? Business to small business is how we like to think of it. But y'all, we've heard of this. We have all known this. And so for those of you, and you know how we are as Black people, especially Black women, we got to have a degree. We got to have a certificate. I'm a certified life coach. Look, I've been living life. That makes me certified. I'm 60 years old and been living life. I am certified to advise a 30-year-old at least, right? But we like to have certificates, and sometimes it does help. So I know y'all know this, but I want to reiterate. Harvard University and other Ivy League schools have free online courses that will certify you in a specific thing.
Yes, they do.
Hello. So they have courses in like programming. What else, baby? Public speaking.
Data analyzer.
Yes, data analysis, entrepreneurship.
Game development.
Mobile game development, right? Which is really hot, right? So just think about it. Now, mobile game development, I see that more as either a freelancer for a startup, or, if there is an opportunity for you to get an online job so that you can move out of the United States, this is something that you might want to think about. If you're already a developer, but you don't know mobile game developing, or you're already a developer. You're already a developer, but you don't know game development. Just think about it. You want to do data analysis. What is data analysis? It's the simple fact of looking at the data that the company is giving you and recognizing the patterns, et cetera, right? So if you could put Harvard certified data analysis, Harvard certified game developer, Harvard certified nutritionist, right? They have so many courses. I couldn't even look through all of them, but I'm just giving you an example, because if you're if you are already into healthy living, right?
Mhm.
And you're already into exercise and this and that. And then you can add a nutrition, certified, Harvard certified nutrition expert or something like that onto your little CV, your resume, your website, etc. This is going to help you get clients.
Oh yeah.
Right. And then where do you list this stuff? Where do you go? LinkedIn.
Or is it Fiverr?
Fiverr. Yeah, it's Fiverr. Fiverr, for you can list your consulting stuff on Fiverr as well, but usually it's more like freelancers and things like this. These are just examples, but LinkedIn, y'all, LinkedIn is still underrated because it is one of the last true social media platforms, which means that everything that all of my connectors are saying, I still get to see. Unlike Meta, right? That wants to parse and do this and do that and not show you all of your, and then just dictate who of the people who follow you get to see your stuff. That doesn't sound, that sounds kind of crazy to me. But LinkedIn is one of those few that still allow for everybody to see your stuff. And so you want to put your projects on LinkedIn, etc. This is what you want to do. We're going to get more into that when we get to the marketing section. All right. So number 1 is become a freelancer or a consultant. Number 2, oh wait, and y'all know the rules. We're gonna, all questions or comments that you would like us to address, you want to put a Q in front of it, because I know our community likes to give each other advice and things like that, and chat. And it's hard to do a lot of things at once. So if you put a Q in front of it, for those of you who are new to Our Black Utopia, then that will help us. If you are watching from the future, hey, let us know if you have a side hustle, put that down there. Let us know where you are logging into, put that in the comments as well. And if you put a Q in front of it, I will make sure to answer those comments before I answer the others, because it is getting a little bit overwhelming. All right, number 2.
Create an ebook or courses.
Yeah.
Or ebooks.
Ebooks or courses. Look, every single person watching us has solved a problem. Every single one of us watching this has gotten over some adversity, which means you are 1, 2, 3 steps ahead of the person who is just now recognizing the problem. That is just now, unfortunately, being confronted with that adversity. That means you have something to offer, right? And it is as simple as that, right?
Yeah.
Pick one. Yeah. Pick one of those things that you wouldn't mind talking about, maybe indefinitely, and get started.
Yeah, make a list. Make a list of all the questions you had about that issue.
Yeah. Think back to when you didn't know. What are all of the questions that you had, right? Mm-hmm. And then step 3.
Go online where your target audience or your customer hangs out.
And see the other questions that they are asking, right? Okay, so you've got a list of the questions that you asked yourself, or the questions you had when you didn't know, right? Now you want to go on to see where your target customer hangs out, your target audience hangs out, and you want to see what other questions people are asking. Make a list of all of those questions. This is the shortcut, y'all. This is the shortcut to a course and to an ebook. All right. What's the next step?
Then record yourself asking and answering the questions.
So a lot of, I don't have my phone with me, but on iPhone, I don't know about you Android people.
You need a phone?
No, there's an app that comes with iPhone that is a voice recorder. That's all you need. That's all you need. Just record, when you have the question, you say, the question is, so the question to how you attract an audience is, and then you just speak. Just say your answer. None of this typing, especially for those of you who didn't take typing or keyboarding back in the day, just speak it in there. And then the next step, once you've recorded yourself, then have Microsoft Word or something similar translate or transcribe your voice, okay? Microsoft Word comes with a transcriber. It comes with a transcriber. I wouldn't be surprised if like Google Docs does, and whatever the Apple version, I think Pages, it might do it too, right? But just have Microsoft Word or something like that transcribe your Q&A. And then what they're going to do?
You guys know that you can tell AI to create a book, a script, or anything about the different subjects that you are questioning or wanting to answer. AI will do it for you.
Right. And so you're going to take the transcription of your Q&A, you're going to upload it into like ChatGPT or something similar, and you're going to say, you can do it one question at a time. Each question can be a chapter, right? Each question can be a module in your course, right? And you're going to say, create a chapter, and in this same voice as you are talking, right? So you want AI to create a chapter and have it worded the way you speak. And that is the important part about using your voice to record the Q&A, not just the sound of your voice, but the way you talk, the word usage that you use, et cetera, right? AI will adapt that and then create the chapter or create the module, the workbook, the worksheets, et cetera, for your course or your ebook.
Yeah. And then something I'm getting used to doing, I mess with it as much as I can when I think about it, is to use Canva or a similar program to make your worksheets.
Yep. Your workbooks.
And your workbooks.
Right. Whatever. And using something like Canva, which you can use for free, right? ChatGPT is free. Obviously, there's a paid version of both that are more enhanced, but both of these are free. We do not believe it's interesting because the person who's going to be our next president is talking about 50,000 tax credit for a startup. Look, y'all, I don't know what she's talking about. She must be talking about the next, we need to get a Twitter back and take it from the racist South African, right? I don't know what kind of startup she's talking about, but what we talking about, the business we're talking about, you should not be spending any more than $1,000 max to start your business. Okay. Maximum. To me, doing brick and mortar these days, especially at our age, it doesn't make sense, right? It just doesn't make sense. Obviously, if you want to move abroad, a brick and mortar doesn't make sense. A food truck doesn't make sense. But right. So using Canva and similar programs like that, we're talking about free things to make your worksheets and workbooks look more eye-catching. And voila, you now have ebooks. You now have a course that you can start making money with. They say you should have a diverse portfolio of investments, but you should also have a diverse portfolio of income streams, right? So, we get dividends, which we, of course, reinvest. Somebody might have a piece of a pension or a piece of some Social Security. You hear me? A piece of, but we need more than that, especially in these uncertain political times. We don't know how November is going to go. We don't know, I know that that some of the folks in DC have been trying to cut Medicare and Social Security since its inception. They've been trying to privatize it ever since their corporate buddies said, let us handle all that money. Let us handle it. Just frame it as free market stuff, right? So you've got to have these side hustles on point so that no matter what they do, you remain nimble and you're able to do what you want to do with your life and live life on your own terms. All right. So number 1 was become a freelancer or a consultant. Number 2, create an ebook or online course. Number 3,
start a blog. To educate and to advertise.
Right. Now, I know in 2024, people are like, blog, but yes. Yeah. Yes. And here's the thing. If you're going to have a course, if you're going to have an ebook, if you are going to be a consultant, you probably need a web page or a website. at least a web page, right? Like a landing page, something like that. You want somewhere to direct people. If you're on somebody's podcast or something like that, you want some way to direct people to where all of your information is. And even if, sorry about the outside noise, y'all, even if you are using, like we use, what do we use for our online course? Thinkific. Yeah, we use Thinkific. There's Teachable. There's Kajabi. There's other ones out there, and they have a website builder. But you may have other products besides just that course, right? Or whatever have you. So you always want to have a web page or something that you own that nobody can kick you off of, with all of your information, how to get in contact with you and what your products are, even if they're pointing to other places like a Teachable, a Kajabi, or a Thinkific. So blogs are still very important and can just be another page on your website. These are things that can be, evergreen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of, people think that, everybody's on that. It's saturated. Don't worry about that. Don't concern yourself with that, because people are constantly searching different methods for information.
Right.
Every
time before we travel to a new place, like we're here in Belgium, I started typing in, things to do in Belgium, places to go in Belgium, best neighborhoods to stay in. Well, of course, we are doing a house sit. So, but when I was looking at a hotel and stuff like that, and what I look at first are blogs. Before I'm going to look at TripAdvisor, before I'm going to look at Airbnb experiences or anything like that, I'm going to look at blogs from people who have actually been here.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground who have an opinion, okay? And so I want to hear what they have to say. So blogs are still, and that's a blog, right? They are still very valuable. And that content, just like YouTube, lives on that web page indefinitely until you decide to take it down. Now, how do you monetize a blog? One way to monetize a blog is to allow Google ads on the side. And every time someone clicks one of those Google ads from your blog page, from your website, then they will, you'll get paid. You will get paid. Another thing to do is affiliate marketing links.
Yeah.
Right? Here's a tip. Now, affiliate marketing links, don't get it twisted. It is not instant money big, but it adds up over time. It adds up over time. And so I'm always, when someone suggests something to me, I ask them, do you have a link? Do you have a link? Because I know that it's not going to cost me anything, but it's going to put a couple of pennies in their hand. And so why not? Right? If Amazon is willing to use us as marketers and going to give us a piece of the action, it adds up.
Why not take it?
Right. Yeah. And here's the other thing. So if you click on, like we have books down in the description below, which are affiliate links. And they're the books that we've read to teach us about investing, about managing money, et cetera, right? All of those books, where you should start, are in the description below. If someone clicks on one of those links and says, buy cashing out, or buys Take Stock, and then they also buy a microphone for their podcast, and they also buy a pair of Jimmy Choo shoes, we're going to get a piece of that action too. Whatever they buy after that, during that session, we also get a piece of that action. So that can start adding up over time. So, so Google ads, affiliate marketing links are the ways that you make money from your blog, as well as if it's a web page and it's pointing to other products, then there's that piece too.
Yep.
All right. Number 4.
Create and sell products.
Create and sell products. Okay, like what? So in our early days, I was selling on Etsy. And these are some of the products that I created that I did not have to physically make. Now, the paintings that you see, the flower painting I did. So I took one of my paintings, I took pictures of it.
What was it? Wine and sip painting?
It was wine and sip painting, y'all.
Wine and sip painting.
wine and sip painting, but I thought it was pretty good.
It looks good.
So I put it on different products and I sold stuff. And then my dad is an artist as well. And so this African motif, he did a whole series of African masks that were kind of realistic, but with like a mask type thing going on. And I made products from his stuff as well. I sold a lot of these clocks, and there's another design that I have. And I sold them from Australia to the UK to America and everything in between, y'all. And so this is one way. And I wasn't even really good at advertising in those days because I was still working. I would put links up on Pinterest. I would co-promote it on Pinterest. So I just gave away one of our marketing ideas. But by and large, they pretty much sold themselves. I put in keywords that I thought would help. But these are the kinds of things that you can do. Now, so if you're an artist out there, like if I were an artist, and just because I painted these flowers does not make me an artist, y'all. I think I am artistic, but I'm not an artist. But if I were an artist, I would be filming me painting this and giving the techniques to paint something like this for beginners, right? And then I would also be selling the product if I were a true artist. That's what I would be doing. But you can also do other digital products, right?
Oh, yeah.
So graphic design templates.
Financial templates.
Yeah. So like we have a financial template that is in our Beyond the Bling class. I don't sell it. It's just on there, but I could, right? You lock it down a certain way and then you can sell that. You can sell Illustrator brushes, so for those of you who are in graphic design or stuff like that, and you know how to create brushes for Illustrator, for Photoshop, and whatever other competitors are out there, that's something you can sell. And
worksheets.
Yeah. Worksheets to download, financial templates. So like a get out of debt template, right? Something like that. How to figure out your savings rate template. All of those are things that you could sell, as well as templates for Canva, templates for YouTube Shorts, templates for, these are more graphic design things, right? Templates for workbooks and things like that you can use on Canva. The templates that are on Canva are not designed by Canva. They give the information on who has designed those. And so my assumption is that every time one of us who pays for Canva uses one of their templates, that they get a piece of the action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now talk about number C.
C is stock photography. I mean, we go places, we take pictures. You don't have to be an award-winning photographer. Most of the time, it's just taking a decent picture of on vacation, or like, since I'm flying drones and stuff now, selling drone footage.
Yeah.
Putting it up there, putting it on different websites that will sell it for you, and you get you split the difference of what they're selling it for and stuff like that. But every little bit counts.
Look, I know someone who's made $1 million selling their photos.
Yeah.
If you think about it, and this is over like 5 to 7 years, but $1 million. So think about all of the photos that you take. And think about the fact that you can play around with them now in the editing tools and right. These phones take 4K and high definition photos. Okay. The other thing is, it is so hard to find stock photos with people of color in all situations. Y'all know, I be on there trying to find these photos and they're not marked properly. I always put in Black folks. Sometimes I put in African because I don't know who's using African American. I don't know who's using Black, but African is African and usually does not include North African, the Arab countries in Africa. So I'll put in that. But it is so hard to find stock photos of people who look like us, y'all. This is in a market that is not saturated at all. Yeah. And so some photos will sell for $5, $10, some for only $1.
It depends. I mean,
but think about it. If you get 10,000 downloads of $1 photos, that's $10,000.
Yeah, I mean, you're just putting it out there,
and then
they're posting it, and that's passive income.
And you go to sleep, right? Then you can also use AI to enhance your photos, right? And so you can take a photo, put it in Canva, put it in some of these other AI tools, and add some enhancement to it. Maybe you want to make it look fantasy-like, or this or that or the other, or maybe you just want to turn it into art. So you can take a photo and put it in AI and make it look like animation, make it look like a painting, and things like that. And then you can go ahead and sell those on Etsy or Shopify or some of these other platforms that allow you to sell directly to consumers.
And believe me, a lot of even professional photographers do a lot of work in Photoshop and Lightroom and stuff like that to enhance their photographs, because you don't always get the sunlight you want. You don't always get the correct lighting, that perfect lighting. So you have to enhance it a little bit. I enhanced a clip that I shot the other day that I was surprised that I was going to get to shoot at night.
We got some great footage for you all.
Beautiful, and it was well lit and stuff like that. But I just gave it a little bit more. And I'll put it out so everybody can see it. But it's beautiful. It's in one of the squares down here in Belgium, in Brussels.
Yeah, we talked about that the first week we were here. But you don't even have to do that, right? Like you do not have to be a professional photographer. Mm-hmm. The average person, they know art when they see it, but they don't necessarily discount it if it's not as good, right? As long as it's conveying something, as long as it's conveying emotion, it's conveying a situation, a feeling, a mood, a something, right? Something like that. Then these are photos that can sell. And like I said, it is hard, y'all. It is hard to find photos with people who look like us in all situations. It really is. It just is. Okay. So we're going to pause right there. So just to reiterate, freelancing consulting, creating an ebook or a course, weren't those, the ebook and course? I bet you a lot of y'all are saying, hey, I could do that. I could do that, right? Even if you don't think you have the time, you can do that, right? And then once AI spits that stuff out, you can go back and enhance and do this and that. But the bulk of it is done. The bulk of it is done. Start a blog to educate and also get those advertising dollars. And the 4, create and sell products. And we just gave you some examples. All right, now let's see what y'all are talking about. Hey, Bev, you are going to be in Lisbon in October. We should be there. Send us an email if you want to meet up.
Oh, my piece is back.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. All right. Do you have a rhinestone shirt with Ali, Muhammad Ali, I think, because you said Ali Muhammad. No. And I got this one from my mommy. So, it's election season, y'all. And it has sucked me in. I thought I was retired.
It's got sucked in big time.
It's his fault.
No, it's not.
It's his fault. It is totally his fault.
She really got sucked in.
Well, and okay. I hear that certified from the University of Life can definitely advise somebody about something, right? That's all I'm saying. Right? If you are in a field like tech or something like that, where they really do want to see some kind of certification or something like that, then, it's free. It's free, y'all. So the only thing that it's costing you is your time. The only thing that's costing you is your time. And so I just have to say, I'm going to mention Exodus Summit again. They have me talking about fascism. And And so I'm looking for an angle and the reason why you should not put off your move abroad plans. Okay. And so that's another reason why politics has sucked me back in, because now I've got to start looking at, okay, what is the latest thing that these fools are doing? So, but otherwise hey, Marguerite, otherwise I blame it on Rick. Midlife Thrive, sis. I love that name. I just saw today that Meta is looking for an AI prompt engineer consultant for $500,000. That sounds like death to me. If they're paying that much. But look, they also have AI courses. They also have artificial intelligence courses at Harvard on their free course catalog. A link to the free courses is in the description below. All right. A link to the free courses is in the description below. See, I was a consultant for 20 years. It gave me control of my time and my money. Yes, 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 yes. Hey, another one from SoCal. Good to see you in the chat.
San Diego.
Is Rick's mic on his chain?
It is, because my shirt would pull all the way down. You at Action BJ, you notice everything, don't you?
I'm telling you. We try to be serious here and give y'all some information, and he over there throwing the dozens. All right, I just made my first sale from my online store. Right. Yay, Allison, we love it. Shoot, I started 3 stores. They aren't catching me sleeping. Nope. Look, we ain't sleeping no more. There are too many ways to make money. Y'all, I told my 70-plus-year-old auntie about the young ladies from the last Exodus Summit or 2 Exodus Summits ago selling feet pics on the porn sites. Like, I don't know. What
was it? OnlyFans or something?
OnlyFans or whatever.
Fans, I don't know.
Selling feet pics. She's like, I wonder if they like some 70-year-old feet.
Hey.
I'm like,
throw them up there.
She said, with the pedicure, without the pedicure.
Hey, there's people out there that will eat that up.
There are so many ways to make money, y'all. So many ways. So, all right. Do you recommend I follow the steps in order? I'm not sure which steps you were talking about. If you were talking about the steps to creating ebook or course, yes, in general. There's one thing that I'm going to add to the marketing piece, and I will, and I'll just reiterate that this should also go for every single one of these ideas in the marketing. So some of the marketing things that you need to do in the in between, I'll let you know. But yes, in general, you should do them in order. You don't want to put the cart before the horse. Looking at so for ebooks and stuff like that and courses, and you should do this no matter what you're going to do. You want to go to where your target audience is hanging out and see what they're talking about, see what the stress points are, see what they're asking about. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you another bonus of some questions that you need to ask yourself and that you should be asking yourself and of your audience, but you're not going to ask them directly. You're going to ask it by looking through their comments and things like that. Other people who have your audience, looking through their comments and seeing what they're saying. So I'm going to add that. Don't let me forget that because I didn't put it in here. But that is, in the old days, they used to call that marketing research. And they used to get, target groups, right? And they bring them into some place and test a product out on them, right? Now, with the internet at our disposal, we do not have to spend all of that money coming up with target groups to test things. They're already out there. They're telling all their business. They're showing their ass. They're showing their vacations. They're doing everything. And you can just look and see from your target audience what they're talking about, what their stress points are, what their needs are, the questions that they're asking, etc. Okay. I love using AI. I found it extremely helpful for fleshing out ideas for lessons plans and all other kinds of ideas.
Yeah.
Seriously. I've already, I knew about AI, and I know it's been around in some form or another for a very long time. So like you all know, when you type something into your text into your phone, if it's trying to complete the sentence for you, that's AI. And that's been happening for a long time. In your email and stuff like that, it tries to complete the sentence for you. That's AI. It's been doing that for a long time. But the AI, the 2.0, so to speak, we didn't find out about until we moved here. Alex told us, remember?
For Chat GPT? Yeah.
Yeah, and other things that he had seen some kind of documentary on or something like that. And so then we started investigating. It's like, oh, okay, what is this? What is the requirement to be eligible for affiliate marketing? Good question. Virtually nothing. Virtually nothing. Okay. So it depends on, like, the easiest one is Amazon. And the only requirement for Amazon is that you do not send out the links in email, because they want to trace it back to a static place. So a static place could be your description in your YouTube videos like we have, right? Another static place could be your website or your webpage, your blog post. So that's the only requirement for Amazon, and that you list very clearly that the following links, or the links, some of the links included are going to be affiliate links, which means I will get a commission, but it will be at no extra cost to you, the customer. All right. So Amazon is really, really, really strict about that. Some of the other ones might be too, but I don't know. I just put it on there so nobody can say anything. I always put on there, if there's affiliate links included, that they're there. And of course, it doesn't cost the customers any extra money. So we signed up for the Amazon partnership program before we were even monetized on YouTube, because why not?
Yeah.
Why not? And then that lets us know what's working and what's not with those smaller audiences. So when we get bigger audiences, bigger customer base, we've worked out some of the beginner tweaks. So don't wait. Start off acting like you're already, 100,000 followers, 100,000 subscribers, 100,000 customers, right? Start off with that mindset, and not the mindset of, well, wait, I'm not big enough yet. So, no. No, like my dad used to say, dress for the job you want, not for the job you have. Same thing. Same thing. All right. These are great ideas. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you. Hit that like button for all 3 free gems Alicia and Rick are dropping. Thank you so much. Actually, BJ, Adobe review time is 8 weeks. Just an FYI, I'm in week 3. Sigh. See, okay. I guess that's for the affiliate marketing. If they put me through too many hassles, I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, I was looking at Opus Clips. I'll tell you guys about that. Rick actually found that they wanted to put me through too much rigmarole. I think we're on a waiting list. Well, while they're putting me on a waiting list, they've just missed some sales. Right? So that's whatever. It's whatever. If we were a 100% tech show, or all about, video editing and things like that, perhaps I would have been a little bit, but it's like, whatever. I don't care. And maybe I will remember and get back to it and see if I'm off the waiting list, and maybe I won't. And that'll be their loss. But put me through too much rigmarole. I've been amazed at what crafters, artists have been able to sell digitally as subscriptions, recurring income. Y'all, if you are a creative soul, this is the best time to be alive.
Yes.
Maybe tomorrow might be better, but y'all, my dad is so creative. He is such a good artist. And the exposure, like, I tried to get him, I bought him, Art by Joe, Art by Cho, and all these different websites and stuff like that. And I was trying to get him, but he's the silent generation. He could not wrap his mind around having somebody else fulfill the print orders. No, I've got to mad at myself and do all this and that. Ain't nobody got time for that, Otis. I'm trying to get you some passive income, Dad. You just upload it. Let somebody else do that. Let somebody else do that. So when I started selling his artwork through, and putting it on different products, I gave him a piece of the action. He's like, oh, okay, baby, that's nice. He didn't know what was going on by that time. He didn't know. But has never been a better time for artists between showing people how to and then turning around and selling the products that you just showed them how to make. Come on now. So where do you sell photos? You want to go to like
Getty Pictures,
Adobe, iStock, iPhoto.
Yeah.
Start there. Places like that. And even Canva. Canva gets their pictures from somewhere. And I don't think that they do that through a third party.
I don't think so either.
The music they do.
Yeah. And I mean, all you have to do is go and type in, where to sell photos.
Yeah.
And it'll tell you all the different ones that come up.
Yep.
And,
and post them everywhere.
Yeah.
Post them everywhere and don't make them exclusive because you want to use them too. So especially if you're doing artwork, even if it's a thumbnail for a video, you might want to use your photos. So don't make it exclusive. So that means, your photos will show up wherever, but it is whatever. Unless you have something that's really a photograph and not a snapshot, then maybe you want to make that exclusive. And then it's going to cost some money. It's going to cost $1,000. It's going to cost $2,000 to use it, $5,000, $10,000 to use it, right? That's not unusual, especially if it's the perfect photo for a major corporation or a semi-major corporation, and they want to be the only one to use it, and their artist finds it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just be mindful. You can't go and take pictures of famous people and stuff like that and sell them.
No.
They won't go for that.
No, but you can create 100% AI generated stuff and sell that.
Oh yeah.
You can do that. Okay. But yeah, you can't take photos of famous people. Now you can do paintings, original paintings of famous people and sell those and sell the prints of those. But yeah, like I just happen to see Beyonce walking in backstage and I take a picture of her. No, that's not going to fly.
Or like I just learned is if I fly the drone that I can't fly over crazy places like military installations or things that are private property and take pictures and stuff like that and sell them because I could get in trouble. Especially if it's a military installation or a prison or something. You're not supposed to do that.
Or embassies?
Embassies, not so much. It just depends. It depends on where you are and what their laws are.
Okay.
United States are really sticklers on getting stuff done.
That's because they're a violent society. It's a 50-50 chance, Isan. It's a 50-50 chance. It's a 50-50 chance. And it all comes down to November 5th or whatever the day is. First Tuesday in November is a 50-50 chance. And it is guaranteed. Y'all, this is no joke. This is no joke. It has been a long time coming, and it has been a configuration. Hey, Alberto. Good to see you.
Hey.
Good to see you back. We're glad you're back. We're talking about making that money. Sister Deity, new question. I mean, new name. Yeah, I'm new. See, there she goes. I'm new. I've been following you for a couple of months. Thank you so much. I've already created several streams to retirement income.
Right,
thank you for your content. Yay! We love to hear it. We love to hear it. Deep Connections is another new name. First time catching you live. How exciting. We're glad that you're here.
Welcome.
They're moving to Mexico, Merida, this December, listening to information about moving abroad. Absolutely. Okay. Well, we're talking about money tonight. Do you need to get permission of the person you photograph? Perhaps. So if you are doing photos, let's just say you have a family gathering, right? And you're going to post grandma in the backyard. Now, grandma's probably going to be cool. But you want to go ahead and go online and get a release form.
Yeah.
There's plenty of release form templates online. Get one, put your little company name on it or doing business as Isan one or whatever, right? And get every person that you take where they can you can see who it is. Like I've got a picture of a lady walking on the beach. I'm so far away and she's I'm facing her back, so I just got the back of her. There's no way that
Yeah.
anybody would be able to identify her. So I'm not getting her release. And I would sell that picture because it's a lovely picture with the beach and the sunset and all of that. But if you can tell who the person is, yes, do get a release form, because you don't want to get sued. And you can get a release form without offering any money. Okay.
But if you're on vacation or something like that, if it's a crowded area or something, you're just taking pictures, take pictures. Not so much.
Make sure that you cannot see the people in them or their backs are turned. Okay. And push comes to shove in Canva, you can take people out of the pictures. I know Androids, you can take people out of the pictures. You can take anything out of the picture. With Apple, we have to pay for that app,
for that luxury.
And I already have Canva, which will take people out of the pictures. So I'm not paying for no other thing. But yeah, you can always take people out of the pictures, that happen to photobomb or whatever. I can share with you guys that Getty Image will come after you for the monetary fine if you use their photo without paying.
Oh yeah.
My web administrator paid that fine. Y'all.
Yeah, they will.
If you are making a vision board for your personal use, like those of you who have downloaded our vision board little video, you can use any image online that you want for your personal use, just, to have it on your phone because I have our vision board on my screensaver, on my phone, etc. You can use any picture you want because it's for your own personal use. But anytime you are doing something that you could even potentially make money on. Now, we're not getting paid to make this video right now for going live. We ain't getting paid for that. However, once it's in replays and commercials are showing, we will get residual income from that. We'll get passive income from that. That's income. Income is income, right? And so, yeah, absolutely. On your website, your thumbnails, everything else, it's better just to go ahead and pay the $120 or whatever Canva is and have access to their stock photos. We also have a subscription to iStock Photo or Getty. I can't remember which one. We have some
with iStock.
Okay. So we still have some credits there if it's something that I really, really want and I can't find through Canva. But do not use somebody else's photo for commercial use.
No, because it will come back to haunt you, or it can come back to haunt you.
Yep. So Alberto's wife just got a job teaching parents about homeschooling and unschooling your child. I love it.
Cool.
Yeah, because it is an indoctrination process. That's what our schools are all about. All right, we're going to get back to it. I don't see any more questions. So we had number one. Where's number one? Become a freelancer consultant. Number two, create an ebook or course. Number three,
start a blog, educate and advertise.
Number four, create and sell products. Number five,
lead trips or retreats.
So if part of your holdup for retirement is you want to travel and there's enough for you to live nicely and be able to go out to dinner and this and that, but not travel the way you want to, one way to travel for free is to lead a trip. Mm-hmm. Lead a trip, lead a retreat, and in exotic locations. Now, back in my skiing days, I used to be the trip organizer for the ski team. And it was a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I got free accommodations and free lift tickets. So, I would, organize the condos, make arrangements for the condos, who was sleeping where, boop-de-boop-de-boo, work with the resort for our lift tickets and for our lessons and all of that. And for all of that, I charged everybody a little premium, a little extra to cover my costs. Okay. Now, depending upon how you work it, if you're doing luxury, this or that, you might not just be able to cover your costs, but also put some extra dollars in your hand.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you add a retreat to that. So we know people who are doing retreats. Again, we go back to what problems have you solved? right? What problems have you solved? Maybe it is just a re-energizing retreat. And the only thing that you have to do is arrange for the spa sessions. Right? Right? And so, regardless of whether, and maybe you get, a dance teacher in there to teach some yoga dancing or something like that. You see what I'm saying? It does not have to be all that. It just has to be whatever you offer.
Yeah. And
do that well.
Yeah.
And what else were you going to add?
No, I was going to say, you don't have to go overboard with trying to do everything and be that, end all be all. What would they call them? Event manager.
Yeah, no, you don't.
You don't have to do all that.
People will appreciate, people who don't like doing logistical planning will appreciate having everything done for them. Okay. I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those people, but people will appreciate that. And here's the thing for those of you who are still working, because we said we were going to give you tips on how to do this while you're still working. Now, we've already given you the tips on writing ebooks and stuff like that by using AI and really saving your time. We haven't even gotten to this other stuff. You can do that while you're still working. You can use your paid vacations as the time that you plan these trips. So if you're still working, you get 2 weeks, 3 weeks off, 1 week of that or 2 weeks of that could be one of your planned trips where you're getting paid from your job and your trip is free. And maybe you're making some extra, right? Once you get it down and you know how it works, you definitely can make extra. So this is a brilliant thing that you can do in your vacation time. And look forward to traveling. And if you do it right, you don't have to be the hostess with the mostest. You can also act like a guest, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because, if your vacation turns into work, then that's not fun.
Yeah, that's not fun.
But if you have it well organized, then you don't have to be hostess the whole time you're there or host the whole time you're there. You can also be a guest and have fun with everybody else. All right, number 6.
Start a YouTube channel.
Ta-da! You don't have to be young. You don't have to be an influencer and be all cute and this is how I do my makeup and get ready with me and do all that kind of stuff. You don't have to do that. As you can see, because we ain't doing that, right? I think everyone over 40, this is a missed opportunity. And a lot of us, especially over 50, believe that this is a young person's game. And we're here to say that it's not.
It's not.
We got monetized. We launched, when we launched, March 20th, 2022.
2022, yeah.
April 20th, May 20th, June 20th. So yes, in 3 months, in 1 week, we were monetized. In 3 months and 1 week. So by 4th of July, we were monetized. Okay. On one video, we don't tend to share this, but our taxes are already done, so I can share it. On one video, we've made over $15,000. All right. So YouTube channel. With all of these other things that we talked about, whether it is consulting and freelancing, creating an ebook or course, starting a blog, selling products, you can still have a YouTube channel. And that will just help you create the community. Because when we get to marketing, this is going to be one of the most important things is having your foundation, having your customer base. And how do you do that, right? But getting back to starting a YouTube channel, very simply, you want to start with 3 pillars that you're going to discuss. What does our Black Utopia discuss?
Oh, you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. You the person sitting here. See, he's trying to think about it now. He's trying to think about it. He does not know the 3 things that we discussed.
Yeah, money, travel, and retirement.
You see how he had to kind of guess? He doesn't even listen. He's like, that ain't my line. That's your line.
Yeah.
That's your line. You say that.
But I knew it.
So 3 pillars that you're going to discuss. And then B.
Who specifically is your target audience?
Now, we talk about this in Beyond the Bling in our side hustle. We also offer side hustle coaching, and we talk about this. The most important thing, no matter which of these ideas you are choosing, or if you are choosing multiple ideas, the most important thing is to know who you are talking to. Who is your ideal customer? Who is your ideal audience member? Why? Mm-hmm. Because everybody is not the answer.
No.
Everybody is not the answer. Coca-Cola is not marketing on fitness sites unless they're marketing their vitamin water.
Water, yeah.
They're not marketing their Coca-Cola. You see what I'm saying? So whatever it is that you ain't got Coca-Cola advertising dollars, right? So you just can't throw stuff at the wall and hope it sticks. So you want to be very specific on who you're talking to. We are talking to folks who look like us. Black folks over 50 who forgot to plan with their money, or who want to move abroad, retire abroad, travel. That's who we are talking to. It's very, very specific. Do 30-year-olds listen to our channel? Yes, they do. And they've moved here they've moved to Portugal, some of them.
Oh, yeah.
Do 40-year-olds listen to our channel? Yes, they do. Do 70 plus listen to our channel? Yes, they do. But that's not our target audience, right? That doesn't mean it doesn't appeal to other people. When I was marketing those products, I was marketing them as African inspired art products. I know white folks bought those products. I know that. They were not my target audience. I could tell by their names. I could tell where they lived and their names, right? I just know. And that's fine, right? That is fine. I am happy. Anybody who can appreciate what we are selling, what we are offering, the value that we're trying to add, anybody who can appreciate that, we want to help. Yeah. But you have to be talking to somebody specifically, or no one is going to listen. Okay. And so that if you don't take anything else away from this, figure out who you're talking to. So 3 pillars of discussion: who you talking to, and then C.
Be consistent, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, bi-monthly.
Whatever.
Just be consistent.
I say monthly.
Yeah.
Monthly. Just be consistent. And don't think that because no one's listening, no one will listen. Okay. Because no one's watching, no one will watch, right? At first, yeah, you're going to be struggling with the views. There's ways to get around that. There's ways to grow faster than slower. The people who listen grow faster. The people who don't. And if you want more information, we've done some other side hustle things, but you really need to get into Beyond the Bling, or you need to book time with us. But there's videos out there. There are videos out there. The last thing you want to do is you always want to review your performance. You want to review and see, if it's not getting views, can you change the thumbnail? If that's something that you can do, right? Are you telling your friends on Facebook that you've got this YouTube channel? Are you telling your followers on Instagram that you've got this, on LinkedIn that you've got this Facebook channel or YouTube channel? Are you telling them? So, thank you, Rapper ND. So don't believe that, they're not interested. Oh, they're not interested, because
somebody's interested.
That's right.
Somebody is interested.
People in your friends and family group and your colleague group, those people, some of them are not your core audience, but they know you and they trust you, right? And so they will come along anyway. I've got, folks that I worked with in politics who have bought Beyond the Bling. They don't look like us, but they know me and they know Rick and they know our integrity, and that if we're offering it, there's value in it. Okay. And so I love my coaches. I love my coaches. Thank you, Rapper MD. And we love you. And let me tell you, some of the things that we were talking about your channel, about sodium and drinking lots of water and all of that, girl, I've been thinking about it. I'm like, ooh, am I swelling up? I think ooh. So I hope that you are doing what you said you were going to do, because we need it. Our community needs your wisdom out there. All right. So start a YouTube channel was number 6. We gave you the 6 ones. Here's the bonus. You want to give the bonus?
Teach English online.
We were talking to Leo last week, right? And he is here in Brussels teaching English, and has been teaching English since the mid 2000s here in Brussels, right?
Yeah.
And then we went out to dinner with another person who's been here for 20 plus years, another Black woman who's been here in Brussels for 20 plus years. And she was saying, they want native English speakers. I know y'all have heard this. If you listen to Stephanie Perry, I know you've heard this, but it is still a commodity. It is still the language of business. And I've heard this from non-English speaking, native English speakers as well. And it spoils us. We get spoiled with this because we go places and we're like, why don't you speak English? But, it is still a commodity. And if you like teaching, if you don't mind teaching, then this is something that you can do. There are platforms like Preply and things like that you can teach directly one-on-one. They have a platform that they use a Zoom type of thing on their platform that you have coaching calls or language lessons directly with people just like this. And that's how I found my Spanish tutor. And she has made so much money. She is now in the upper middle class in her country. But we're just talking about extra cash, y'all. We're just talking about extra cash. So the one more time, and then we will get to questions and marketing. Become a freelancer or consultant, create an ebook or course. Number 3,
start a blog, educate and advertise.
Number 4,
create and sell products.
Number 5, lead trips or retreats. Number 6,
start a YouTube channel.
And our bonus,
teach English online.
Teach that English online. All right. We're going to get to some marketing. Number 1, and I don't even have this on here, so I'm just going to speak to this, baby.
You knock yourself out because you're the marketer.
Thank you. He sent me to school to do this. So the first thing is figuring out who your audience is. Okay. You have got to build a community. You can build that community on Facebook. You can build that community on Instagram. You can build that community on LinkedIn, on TikTok, on any of these platforms, right? But you have to have a community. And you have to know who you are talking to, and then remain consistent with that. Okay. So on Facebook, stop posting food pictures, and start slowly transitioning into only posting about the things that you are going to be talking about, not selling. I got this new ebook. Y'all better buy it. No. No. So if your book is about, if your ebook or your thing is about cooking, for instance, then what you're going to do is you're going to go online into Facebook and you're going to say, you may put your phone on a tripod and show how to make gravy without lumps, for instance, right? And then the 3 tips to make gravy without lumps. Oh, cool. That's kind of cool. And, show you in there making the gravy, this and that. So you want to give value, build that community. Do you need help cooking? I'm thinking about doing this cooking stuff, blah, 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 whoop-de-woo, and let your friends and family tell you what they're looking for. All right. If your friends and family are not part of your target audience, then you're going to have to go to where they are. So let's just say you live with a bunch of people, or your friends and family are all in Manhattan and ain't nobody got time to cook. So they're already ordering out Chinese food and stuff like that. And they brag about the fact that they can only boil water. And sometimes they can't even do that right. Okay, fine. Then where are the people who like to cook? Where are they hanging out online? What Facebook groups are they in? Who do they follow? Who do they watch? And then you're going to go into those communities and do that market research and read what are they talking about, et cetera, and things like that. So that's how you build the community in general. But number 1, the thing that you're going to do is
Develop an email list.
Why? Why? Why are you going to develop an email list? Email? Do people still? Yes. Yes, they do. And the bottom line is, I got you, Andrea. The bottom line is this: YouTube could kick us off at any minute. My dear friend Angela was kicked off of Facebook. She don't know why. They think she got hacked, right? I think somebody else got kicked off of Facebook because they were enlisting help from folks who were either in India, the Philippines, or something like that, right? And then when they took back over, whatever have you, like we are always using VPNs. So I don't know if they can tell the difference or not. But all I know is that you don't have the power. And if they kick you off, regardless of whether it's legitimate or not, what you gonna do? I remember when Cortez over at Move Abroad and Thrive down in Merida, he was doing all his business on Facebook, y'all. He was booking calls and stuff through Facebook Messenger. And then somebody got ticked off at him and said that he was into child trafficking or some crazy nonsense. I don't know. It was a lie. It was a lie, but you know how lies go, right? And I think he got back on. But
he learned a lesson, the big lesson from that too.
He's on YouTube asking folks to, send him an email because he knows he's got these things scheduled, but he was using the DMs in Facebook to conduct business, and he could not correspond with any of his audience. You do not want to have some third party in control 100% of your audience. Now, do we have 40, how many do we have? 44,000, whatever, 45,000. I don't know where we're out.
45,200, I think.
Okay, thank you, sweetheart.
Maybe.
Do we have 45,000 on our email list? No, we do not. No, we do not. But all 45,000 don't watch all at the same time. As you guys see, we see 200 plus people watching right now. Hopefully we have 200 likes. But we do have an email list of 2,000 plus people so that when we have special events or what have you, we can reach directly out to the folks who have opted in to receive our emails. Okay. And I make it real easy for y'all to opt out. You know that some of you guys laugh. I'm like, you can unsubscribe because, and why do I do this? The reason why I do it is because I've listened to people who know more than me, and they have told me, the people who do this for a living, that when somebody marks you as junk or when people stop opening your emails, they start that IP address or that email address starts getting tagged as spam. And then we go into spam and junk email inboxes more than we go into your inbox. And so that's why I'm always scrubbing our list. And anybody who hasn't opened an email in a certain amount of time, we just assume that you're no longer interested and we unsubscribe you. And that's another reason why we don't have as many emails on our list as possible. But how do you get an email list? The first thing you want to do is you want to start off with your Christmas card list. Now, I stopped sending Christmas cards and I started sending out digital Christmas cards. So that was my email list. Now, y'all have an email list. You guys have emails from your family, friends, family, cohorts, colleagues, etc. Start there and make it very easy for them to opt out. What's another thing that they can do? They can offer a lead magnet.
Oh, lead magnets, yeah.
Right? Or something like that. What are we talking about? Like a worksheet, a checklist. For us, it's the Ready to Retire Toolkit. That information is in the description below. So it is the Ready to Retire Toolkit. So all of these things, you offer something free of value, and in exchange, you give me your email. All right. And that's how you start building your email list. It is still one of the best marketing tools out there. All right. Number 2.
Facebook for older audiences and build community.
No. We're right here. Create a simple website. Yeah. Create a simple website or web page. This could also house your blog. All right. And so today, you don't look, do not spend a bunch of money for a website. Do not. Do
No.
not.
God, no.
Do not. If, if you were trying to start a brick and mortar where you're taking online sales and you've got a sales catalog and all of that, maybe you might want to spend some money. But with things like Etsy out there and Shopify, right? You really don't need to create a self-contained website where you can sell product. You do not need to create your version of Amazon. You just don't. All right. And so what we use is MailerLite. And I did not put that in the description below, but I will after this live is over. If you're watching from the future, hey, it should already be down there. So I will put in our link for MailerLite. That's what we use for our email program. But here's the thing, guys. Things have changed. They also offer websites and landing pages, and there's templates, tons and tons of templates. So all you have to do is change the colors to the colors you want. Right? Change the text to the text that you want. Change the pictures. Take out, old Joe and Mary, and put in you and or some stock photos of your target audience doing the thing, right? And boom, you've got a website. It's just that easy. It is drag and drop. All right. And so website, web page, landing page, all of that stuff. And then when you put the form on there for people to sign up for your email list, it just makes it easier. I was using a separate email thing and a separate thing for my website. This had to talk to that and blah, 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 blah. This way it is all seamless and it automatically puts the people who sign up through our website into our different categories of our email list, right? Mm-hmm. And it just makes it seamless. So you want to have a website. The second reason you want to have a website, even if you're an affiliate, if affiliate marketing is going to be one of your major things. Remember, I told you cannot put the links for Amazon into emails. Say instead of doing a blog, maybe you want to do a newsletter, right? And you follow me for all things about bougie travel on a budget, bougie travel on a budget, right? I'm going to send you weekly updates on what's going on in the travel world, where the deals are, la-di-da. But now you want to insert some of those links for your affiliate marketing. What are you going to do? Well, if you've got this landing page, you can just dedicate one page to here's all of the travel links. Here's all of the links for, things to prepare for travel, like the luggage, the vacuum bags, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop, right? However you want to do it, you get the point. But now you can have a page with those links and you have satisfied Amazon and those affiliate marketers who say they want to know, they want to be able to track back where this traffic is coming from. Mm-hmm. So that is what we're doing. And so have that website, have that web page, and it's basically your digital brochure. At the very least, it's a digital brochure. All right, number 3.
Give tiny tips on social media.
What do we mean by that? We mean setting up your selfie video. And let's get back to the gravy thing, for the person who's going to be the cook, right? You're going to get your selfie video. All right, family, I'm going to show you how to the 100% foolproof way to have gravy with no lumps, right? And that's a tiny talk. You're not teaching something that's big, and it's just going to be 3 tips. The one tip is, like my grandmother said, is you brown the flour first. You brown the flour first, and then you slowly add in oil with a whisk, right? And you've got to whisk, and then you add the water. All right. So that's how my grandmama taught me. But however, I'm not a chef. I'm a good cook, but not a great cook. Set that thing up, and that would be an example of a tiny talk. Where are you going to give these tiny talks? One place.
LinkedIn.
Yep, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is good if what you are talking about is business related, So for our consultants and our freelancers, LinkedIn is going to be your bread and butter. All right.
Yeah.
LinkedIn is going to be your bread and butter. So you're going to reach B2B people. You're going to reach business professionals, tech people, right? Right. You get the point. So every single video, y'all know that we're live streaming right now on LinkedIn. Hey, LinkedIn people. Hey, Facebook people. Because this is a subject matter that works on LinkedIn. If we were talking about something else, I might choose not to simulcast on LinkedIn. You follow. Y'all are smart, Okay, so LinkedIn. Where's another place on social media?
Facebook.
For whom?
For older audiences.
Yeah. It's also good with building
community relationships.
Yeah. Building that community, right? Those of you know, we have our Fire Over 50 Facebook group. We have some dynamic people in there. We are in there. We are helping each other reach financial independence. You don't have to be over 50, but you do have to be from the diaspora. This is one of the ways that we are cultivating. We try to go in there on a regular basis. I've been a little remiss since my birthday of making sure I'm going in there and answering people's questions, but the community is answering each other's questions as well, because we've got people who have already fired in there, right? And so this is a way that you can build community, and another place that you would give one of those tiny tip talks, okay? C is
Instagram.
IG. Artists out there, photographers out there, travelers, retreat builders, anything that really needs visual. Instagram is made for the visual arts, okay? And the audience tends to be younger.
Yes.
I'm not a big Instagrammer. We're on Instagram. I'm trying to get better. I got on Instagram for the first time when Barack Obama was running, because he was on Instagram. So I created Instagram. I didn't post nothing. I just want to see. I want to see it was like the FOMO, fear of missing out. I just want to see what's being posted. Are there some like behind the scene pics I'm not being able to see, because I'm not on Instagram? But I never really got into how to use it effectively until more recently. And so I'm trying to get better at making sure that we are simul posting on Instagram. We're giving you guys some behind the scenes things. So if you're not following us on Instagram, it is Our Black Utopia. And a lot of our vacation photos and while we're traveling and this and that, and just doing things around, I do post on there. And so for the folks who want to see some behind the scenes, you got to follow us on Instagram. D.
Twitter. Formerly known, it's formerly known Twitter, but it's X now, right? Your favorite persons.
I got to mention them because people are still on there.
Well, yeah.
I think, okay. I don't do anything on X. I still have our profiles on X, but Elon Musk is a bridge too far and I just can't. But if you don't care about that, I'm not mad at you. If being on there will help your business, I am not mad at you. Okay. Seriously. I think Twitter is more in the moment. And if you're off of it, you miss a lot of stuff and then you see what's in the feed next, right? And so I think for flash sales and things like that, it's really good. Also for doing market research and seeing what people are saying and asking about, especially if you are in the business of solving problems that are a little bit more social. I think that's a great place. You can also post your tiny talks on there, on your Twitter account, or your X account, whatever it's called. That can be more evergreen, right? But for flash sales, for 2 days only, we're going to be offering Beyond the Bling for XYZ. Boom, boom, boom. I would do that on there if I still had a following. I guess I still do, but I don't know how it works. I don't know how the algorithm works. And once it started getting crazy, I divorced myself from it. But I wanted to tell you because it is a tool that you can use. E, and I really like this next one.
Pinterest
seems to be more attractive to females, and I don't know why.
Right.
I have no idea why.
Well, I think because of when I first looked at Pinterest, it had everything to do with What kind of hobbies?
Like decorating and
Decorating, clothing, sewing, different things like that. It just in the earlier days. I mean, now it's branched out to a lot of different things, cooking and different things like that.
Oftentimes, when people are looking up how to, something from Pinterest will come up.
Right.
All right. And oftentimes it's going to be that visual that has to catch them. And oftentimes when you click it, you'll get in, like if you're already on Pinterest and you click the link, oftentimes it's going to take you to YouTube. It's going to take you to Instagram. It's going to take you to their website. I hate when it takes me to a website and it's supposed to be about showing me how to do something with a scarf and all they've got is pictures and not a video. That pisses me off. But it is great. Pinterest is a great marketing tool. You can also post your tiny tip talks on Pinterest and have it linked to your IG or have it linked to your YouTube. I go to Pinterest for a lot of different things, but oftentimes in the Googles, it just shows up. Yoga Bliss. I left Twitter. Yeah, I don't blame you, girl. I don't blame you. So Pinterest. Stephanie Perry used to, I don't know if she still does, but she used to post a lot of her stuff on Pinterest, and then it would link to her YouTube page. But I see everything from bloggers to content creators, to consultants and everything else posting on Pinterest and giving little tiny, nuggets of information on their topic in Pinterest and making sure that they have that really good visual that's going to capture your attention. And then the last place that we have on our social media list is
Reddit.
Reddit has been around forever, y'all. It has been around forever and it has morphed. But I think, Reddit is a good place for very niche audiences because it niches down like that.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they have these niche communities that are highly engaged. And so if you get into a community that has your core audience, that is like market research heaven. Because in the discussions go on and on and on and on and on.
Right.
But if you get in there and you start adding value as well, then people are going to say, oh, Pinky knows what she's talking about. Oh, Rapper D knows what she's talking about, right? And so, well, what else are they talking about? So then now they're Googling you. And hopefully your website's going to come up, right? Or your web page is going to come up. Your YouTube channel is going to come up. Your IG is going to come up. You see how that works? So it's a twofer. On the one hand, by adding value, you publicize yourself as a thought leader. You publicize yourself as an authority in this space. And then conversely, you're looking at what questions are they asking? Is it time for another course? Because I see these questions coming up a lot. Maybe I need to do a mini course. You see what I'm saying? There are so many ways to make money. If you still have questions about what we have talked about tonight or today, because it's 11 o'clock here, y'all. But if you have questions about what we have talked about today, you can book a call with us. You heard from Rapper MD. I really appreciate. I do not pay her for this, y'all. I do not pay her, and we try to do as much as we can to brain dump what we have learned in being entrepreneurs for the past 20 years into anybody who books time with us. Also on our group coaching calls that happen every month for those participants who are in Beyond the Bling. If you are in Beyond the Bling and you're not in our coaching calls, I want to know why, because we've got over 200 people signed up and we probably have 20 people on average, 20 to 30 people on average that show up monthly for the coaching calls. Hey, that just means more time for the people who show up, right? More time for the people who show up. All right. So marketing, we talked about creating community. We talked about developing the email list and how you do that. If you want to know what a good lead magnet is, our Ready to Retire Toolkit, which is in the description below, has been excellent and has been the main driver of our email list. We also have a Move Abroad Toolkit. Now, what we didn't talk about let me go back because we missed this. We talked about making products. We talked about doing worksheets and downloads, but little workbooks. So our Move Abroad Toolkit, when I first created it, we were giving it away. And then I realized I put a lot of work into that. And it was like 15 pages or so. And it didn't make sense to give it away. And I'd also created a series of emails that go with it to kind of walk you through the Move Abroad Toolkit. And so we decided to start selling it. And so this is a digital product that we sell through Thinkific. Mm-hmm. It's really inexpensive. It's only $8.99, right? So it's not something that's going to break the bank or something that people have to think 3-4 times about. But I have to say, I don't know, it's probably brought in a couple of $1,000s over then. And I created it. I have updated it since then. So it's not like it's a static thing. I've updated it as I learn more. I add more to it, other questions to ask yourself, et cetera, et cetera. And so, but these are the kinds of things that can, God bless you, make you money while you are sleeping. I will wake up and we will have 5, 6, 7, 10 sales on our Move Abroad Toolkit, right? Every little bit, you say $8.99. Well, that ain't nothing. That's only right. But every little bit counts. You know, if every morning you wake up and you've got an extra $100 in your account and you did something once,
right,
4 months ago, right, and it's still bringing you, a couple of $100 every other week. Like, come on now. That's an upgrade. You just upgraded from economy to economy plus on your vacation, right?
Wow.
All right. What questions do you have? And then we will let you go. Let's go back up. And I don't see. Let's see. Okay, I got that one. Yeah, Quora is good too. They seem to be a little bit more particular. Sometimes they block me.
I've never used it.
Oh, I do. I go searching on there. Okay, I'm not seeing a lot of questions. Did we do it, y'all? Did we do it? See, yeah, I know. I know. I knew as I was describing the story, I remembered that it was you. So yes, it taught me to get MailerLite for my email list. Yeah, because, you do not want to have somebody else in control. And with these people making these crazy laws, trying to ban this and ban that, and this is that and the other, and I guess, some people say the cancel culture, but all you need is 1 or 2 people who get pissed off because I'm telling you guys that you should vote for Kamala Harris. See how I snuck that in? To get pissed off and then report me, right? So no, I think, okay, we did that one. All right, I think I got them all. All right. Hello, Halisi and Rick. I will be in Lisbon. Okay. Hey, Beverly. So I did kind of answer this for my 3-month scouting trip. Yay. Congratulations. Right. I was informed I wouldn't be able to use my Amex card. Should I open a bank account there? If you want residency in Lisbon, in Portugal, then one of the requirements is a bank account.
Is the bank account.
So you might as well do that. I use my American Express card. Not a lot of places.
Not a lot of places.
But the huge restaurants, the big restaurants, and things like that will take American Express. Hotels take American Express. So sometimes when I go for spa treatments at a hotel, they'll take American Express. There's a lot of places, it's the places you would know. The mom and pops, they can't afford to take American Express. And because there is so much of a cottage industry in Portugal, there's, thankfully, a lot of mom and pops in Portugal. It's an inexpensive proposition. So, okay. How long should a weekly or monthly YouTube video be? As long as it needs to be for you to say what you need to say. Right? No shorter than that, no longer than that. So that's why if I stop seeing questions, it's time to go. It's time to go. Now, we have been on for 1 hour and 38 minutes, and we really haven't wasted time.
No.
socializing or anything or making jokes, right? This is how long it took for us to transmit all of this information. Now, I suppose had we done an edited video, we could have done it for about 40 minutes.
Well, yeah, you can
cut it together and take
time it
and take the out and stuff like that. But I ain't trying to do all that. I'm not trying to do all that. So regardless of whether you make it weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, bi-monthly, etc., I would not get it. Don't listen to YouTube advice from 4 years ago. Okay. Your video should be, 10 to 15 minutes. Our videos were never 10 to 15 minutes. No. And that's one of the reasons why we got our 4,000 worth of watch hours. I think they've lowered it down to 1,000 watch hours and 500 subscribers. But for us, it was 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. People who make smaller videos or shorter videos, it's going to take you a little bit longer, perhaps, unless you have some viral videos, right, to get, and we did not in those days. So we knew a lot of people who got to 1,000 subscribers, but then it took them another double the amount of time to get to 4,000 watch hours. Whereas for us, we got to 4,000 watch hours before we got to 1,000 subscribers. So, we don't stay on just to chat.
Yeah.
Right. True. I mean, we would, but whatever time it takes for us to transmit the information and to feel like we have given you something of value, that's how long it takes. So yeah, there is no set rule to that. Thoughts on Quora? Yeah. Started using since kicked out of Meta. And I'm not, I need to be on Quora more often. I usually only go to Quora to do market research and to find out information. I don't, I'm not a giver on Quora. Unfortunately, I'm a taker. I just take the information, and I tend not to answer any questions. So, but I am going to start using it more because I can't just be a taker. So I unfortunately, and I would try, Mary, and get back on Meta. I know, but until we have a substitute, that's what it is. It is what it is. But there's nothing wrong with building community in other places as well. It's the unfortunate part is just everybody and their mama over a certain age is on Facebook, and even the younger people are on Facebook. They just don't hang out. They're usually in small groups. All right. Yeah, I think people tend to forget that just because English is in international business language, it doesn't mean everybody speaks it. No, it does not. If people don't work with international customers, they might not speak it, or if they don't live in touristy areas, right? Or if it's not taught in school, right? I never expect people to speak English when I'm outside of English-speaking countries, right? We don't. I brought back my French. I brought it back from this part of my brain to this part of my brain, or however it works, and try to use at least I know how to say I would like and where is blah blah blah, right? And certain phrases like that: hello, goodbye, thank you, etc. I know how to say all of those words, and some other words too. Is starting to come back since we've been here for about 2.5 weeks. Interestingly enough, our friend last night was like, she's like, I know you're trying to be that uncolonizing type person and speak these people's language. She says, but you will get more bang for the buck if you just go ahead and speak English and let them know who you are. I was like, oh, okay. You've been here for 21 years, right? But I'm always going to try and learn something. Seriously, on teaching English, I'm a native speaker and I've written 3 books, but I don't have a college degree. I've been turned down because of the degree, just an FYI, in case that still applies. Like if you don't need to work for somebody else. No. And I don't think Preply requires a degree. No, it doesn't, because all of my tutors did not have a degree. my tutor now, Laura, that you guys met last year, she does have a degree because her mom was a professor. So that kind of runs in her family. But the last Portuguese tutor we had did not have a degree. So on Preply, there's a link in the description below. You can sign up and, I do not believe that you need a degree. So I would check that out. Now, Cambly and some of these other things that you're actually kind of like a contract hire for them, you might need a degree. But, YouTube, baby, Michelle, YouTube. All right. There are people on YouTube teaching us Portuguese that, like, if you got a degree in programming or computer science, how does that make you qualified to teach English? So the whole notion of needing a degree is stupid, unless it's a degree in teaching English, right? Right. I mean, come on. So there are two big YouTubers on YouTube teaching Portuguese, European Portuguese. And I don't know if they have a degree or not. It does not matter. It does not matter. They are teaching me phrases and things like that in Portuguese, and you can do the same thing, especially if you speak a little bit of another language, right? And so you can say, instead of saying hasta luego, it's até logo in Portuguese, things like that, right? It's those chunks and teaching like that is going to get people's attention. And then you can direct them. Oh, I teach one-on-one. You can just do that through Zoom, have them sign up through Calendly. That's another tool that I didn't tell you guys about. Calendly. There's a free version, but if you want to be able to take payments through it, you need to have the professional version. It's not that expensive. I don't know. I've been with them for so long, like 2015 or so. So I got grandfathered into some old pricing. But even looking at the new pricing, it is not expensive. I want to say under $100 a year or no more than $150 a year. And it will link to your calendar. People can schedule time with you. This is what we use to do our one-on-one coaching. It links directly to our PayPal. Payment goes in there. They book the time. It links to our Zoom. It creates the Zoom meeting. It does all of that for us. It sends them a reminder. It sends them something to confirm that you're still on for this time. So really, you don't need any of these. You don't need anybody telling you what you can or cannot do. You don't need anybody telling you what you can or cannot do. All right. You can go out there and do it on your own.
Create it yourself.
Yeah. Create it yourself. But I don't believe that you need, and get this, the tutors that I met through, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but I'm going to. The tutors that I met through Preply, some of them quickly took me off of the platform and had me paying them directly. It took a while for me to trust them. So I was like, no, we're going to go through Preply. And then after a month or two, you showing up on time, you're really adding value. Okay, fine. We can go off platform and I will give you like a month's worth in advance or whatever you arrange. Right. But so, and I say that to say again, that, didn't nobody tell them what they could or could not do. They just did it.
Yeah.
They just did it. These people want to act like the sifting machine that is used to allow people to get into college has some validity, and it doesn't. And it doesn't. We know that. On the one video that you mentioned, 50,000 was this made in 2022 and has now made 15,000 up to this point? No. This was made in 2023.
2023.
And this was just the amount it made like in the first couple of months. It's made more money since then.
Right.
And I have no idea how much. I suppose I could look right quick. Let's see. Let me see if I can find out really fast. Since you asked. Yeah, I haven't looked lately. I just know what it made like those first, the 1 month that it went viral.
Yeah, it did that in a month.
Yeah. And then, okay, let's see. Analytics. Here we go. Oh, wait, not those analytics. Okay, so this one video to date has made $13,140. And the majority of that was made in that first month or 2 or 3 that it was released. So $13,140 from that one video. And wait, is this all time? Since published? Yes, since published. Okay. Oh, and it just clicked. It's making money as we're talking, babes. It's making money as we're talking. So yeah. If you can get a viral video every quarter, right? And we could be more purposeful about that. We try, but if we could be more purposeful about that, then you think about it. Think about those numbers, right? Think about those numbers, because I remember, like we got a $8,000 check, and then it dropped off to like a $5,000 check. Now, of course, those checks included the money with that the other videos were making as well. $5,000 check, and then it dropped down to like $3,800 a month, something like that. So yeah. You can make big money on YouTube, y'all. You can make big money on YouTube just from YouTube. Now, you have to have a lot more subscribers than we have and get a lot more views than we do today, but it's not chump change. And then you get a viral video here and there while you're still small, and the money starts coming in. What type of YouTube channel will you suggest for an introvert or someone who is very timid or who does not like taking pictures or videos? One of the things that we didn't mention, and I said I was going to give you another bonus too, so let me click out of here. But one of the things that we didn't mention was this tool called InVideo AI. InVideo AI. InVideo, and there's a link in the description below. And with InVideo AI, you basically can come up with a script. If you buy the professional version, so we've got the free version right now. The professional version actually allows you to put your voice in there, and you write the script. So you write a script out, like we've got the bullet points for this. We don't have a script, we have bullet points, right? So even bullet points will do. Take the bullet points, put them up into InVideo AI, and put your voice in there as well, who your target audience is, and say, create a video. And it will pull the stock footage, stock video for you, and create your video with your voice as a voiceover. All right, so that's InVideo AI. I forgot to mention that is in the description below. So thank you, Sister Deity, for helping me remember that. It will even put the music
to it.
Yeah, it'll put music to it, the whole 9 yards. It will create a finished product, right? Okay, so there were these questions. When you're going into, so this is back to marketing and research, all right? So when you're going into these communities and looking to see what people are talking about, you want to see, what does my community desire? What is my target audience? What do they desire? Okay, what do they want? Our audience wants to move abroad and or get financial freedom. All right, that's what they want. And so what do they struggle with? We know people struggle with how to save. We know people struggle with debt. They struggle with how to invest and have their money making money, right? We know this because these are the questions that we ask. Well, how did you get from negative 22,000 over 1.1 million in net worth? That's a broad question, and there's lots of answers to that question. Each one of those answers, each thing that we did could be a tiny tips, right? Tiny tips that we give online, a short video, right? What content do they engage with? Who do they follow? So who else are your people following? One of the ways that we were able to grow is by not being afraid or shy to talk about other YouTubers. And we've said this before. Collaboration is key. Collaboration is the key to success. So I know that people who watch our channel also watch Roland Martin. People who watch our channel also watch Stephanie, Rashida, and Adelia. We had Adelia on before we even had 500 or 600 subscribers. We had Adelia Borchade of Picky Girl Travels on our channel. The other thing that we do is the latest version of a reaction video. So our friend Ashley in Africa did a video where she's like, our Black community in America is in trouble, something like that. I only watched a little bit of it because I liked the title and I wanted to do our version of it. And I didn't want her version to be in my brain when we were thinking about our version. But because I was basically copying that title because it got my attention, and I did end up watching it after we did ours. But I mentioned, I'm gonna give my sister girl some props, right? So I mentioned, because I do know also that people who watch us also are interested in moving to Africa and also watch Ashley in Africa. And so we mentioned, Ashley in Africa did this video about X, Y, and Z. A link to that video,
check it out,
is in the description below, right? Because there's no competition, there's only collaboration. The link to that video is in the description below, and we want to continue that conversation, our Black Utopia style, right? And so, why do we do this? And when I talked about who else do they follow, who else they follow tells me who they are, right? Tells me who they are. And so if you're interested in this, you might be interested in us as well. And so I'm also letting YouTube know who we are and who our audience is. All right. And so when they hear, because as y'all know, everything is transcribed. Everything is transcribed because they want to make sure that you're meeting community guidelines, right, and that they can guarantee to their advertisers that, yes, this is something you would want to advertise on. So there's that piece. We have no control over that. But the other thing their AI transcriber is doing is listening for keywords. Okay, she mentioned financial independence. He mentioned retiring on time. She mentioned Stephanie Perry. He mentioned Roland Martin. Okay, so maybe the people who watch those will also be interested in this. Let's serve them this. Let's serve them that, right? And so those are the reasons why we do what we do, and one of the reasons why we were able to grow more quickly than other folks have. What have they tried to solve their problems? Okay, so when you're asking these questions, what does a community desire? What are they struggling with? What are their sticking points, right? What is the transformation that you are going to offer? You cannot offer a transformation if you don't know what the struggle is, right? And so if you've got something that you're trying to solve, if you've got a problem that you have already solved and you want to teach other people how to solve it, you better be very clear and articulate on the transformation. So what is the transformation for Beyond the Bling? We say, we can help you retire faster than you thought you could, even if you have no money saved, all right? Even if you have no money saved. So that is the transformation. And that is the thing that needs to be really articulated. So what else have they tried to solve their problem? Maybe they've gone over and watched, who are those folks? Dave Ramsey. I know. I'll shoot the messenger, not the message. I don't know. How does that work? He just is into so much shame. I just, bless his heart. Anyway, and then that other chick who's been around forever says you need $15 million to retire or whatever, Susie Orman, whatever her name is. So, maybe they've tried that to solve their problem. And you can address that. If you are tired of folks trying to make you feel bad about the fact that you didn't know X, Y, Z, look, I've got the solution for you, right? If you think you need $9 million to retire, we've got the solution for you. You don't need as much as you thought you did. And let us show you how, okay? Let us show you how in a manner that if you do this wisely and you stick to plan, you will not be destitute unless the fit hits the sham and zombie apocalypse, and then all bets are off. And then you want to hear, when you're doing that market research, when you're in Quarter, Reddit, on Facebook, IG, and people are talking, what has worked for them? What has worked for them? Some people say, oh, I tried this, I tried that. Go see what the competition is talking about and what they're saying. Maybe it'll give you ideas. It's like, okay, that's cool, but you know what? If they did X, Y, and Z, it would be better. That's what you're going to do. All right. That's what you're going to do. So what has worked? and then what hasn't. So you know what to stay away from. And then what is the competition? What other things are available for them? So those are some questions that you should be thinking about as you are doing the market research. In our side hustle workbook and Beyond the Bling, we give some of those questions as well. And so hopefully that will help. All right. And that was that time. So let's see if there's any last questions. So I talked about introvert. Anything else? We talked about how you can make videos without showing your face, just using your voice. I'm an introvert. Stephanie Perry's an introvert. Adelia is a huge introvert. She's an introverted introvert. Okay. So Michael Jackson was an introvert. Prince was probably an introvert. Like, being an introvert, is it that you're an introvert or is it that you're afraid of judgment? And so Sister Deity, I know you're new here. We just say it like it is, right? And I don't know you, so I can't say, I'm not saying this is you, but oftentimes it is that we believe we're supposed to show up perfect. And that's simply not true. Is Professor in the house? Is Professor LCH in the house? Action VJ in the house? Greta King in the house? They were following us, sister. We were having mic problems, sound problems, internet problems, and they stuck with us throughout it. Why? Because something about what we were saying, first of all, I think they identified with us. They said, they seem like some down-to-earth, cool people. And we try to be, right? And then the other thing is that what we were saying was adding so much value that they were willing to overlook all of those rookie mistakes. And Lord have mercy, were we making them? Oh my gosh. Like some of the stuff, we've been in video production a long time. Some of this stuff we should have known better. All right. We should have known better. And still we made those mistakes and still people hung with us. So give yourself some grace, right? And don't think that you have to show up perfect. And one of my mentors, Stephanie, that I mentioned 3 or 4 times, because we would not be here. It's like I've known all of this stuff, but it wasn't until I saw somebody else who looked like me doing it that I said, oh, okay, well, if she can do it, I can do it, right? And so this is one of the reasons why she's been so giving in her information, and I love her, but she's also a prophet. She's a wisdom keeper because she says things and I'm like, damn, where did that come from? And one of the things she said when Beyonce was doing the last tour that she did that everybody and their mama wanted to go to, she was like, 2003 Beyonce was practicing for 2024 Beyonce. All right. The Beyonce that shows up today did not exist 20 years ago.
No.
It's okay to practice in public. It's okay. And heck, when we first started, we only had 30 people watching anyway. It was Professor, Action VJ, Greta, and our friends and family. And that was it. And the friends and family stopped. They stopped watching. They stopped watching. All right. So, so that's a thing that I want you to think about. But if some people are just like, okay, that's nice, Halisi, but no, there are ways that you can do it without showing your face. If you are going to ask people to spend a lot of money on what you are asking for, you might want to show your face because they want to be able to trust the person that they're going to spend a lot of money on. If you're saying, okay, I can help you do this, but a coaching call is $500 an hour, you probably want to show your face. If you are offering things that are within a price range that people can buy without a lot of thought process, it should work out okay. So yeah, so I was wrong, Lori. It was only 13,800 or whatever, but you guys get the point. All right, I think we've done it. I'm going to go down to the end, and if we've done it, all the way, new comments. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So when Action VJ showed up in the chat, I thought he was a her. He never corrected me. And then I saw him on Instagram, and I'm like, wait, that's a brother with a hat on. Wait, what's going on? I was like, oh my God, because he. A lot of introverts have to make a living. That's why we work and do things that make us appear extroverted. Yeah, I'm not an extrovert, y'all. I may be a little bit of an extroverted introvert, but I'm definitely an introvert. Yeah. But that's if you're going to, if you're teaching at a formal school, like our friend from last week who teaches English here, he did the TEFL and he had a teaching degree from the United States. But he's teaching within the system. We're talking about freelancing. We are talking about side hustle stuff. All right. And so, yes, all of them do not need degrees and all of that. So Dina, did you say you had a question and you forgot the question, or did I miss it? Because I didn't see it. If you do, ask for it again, or ask it again and put a Q in front of it. What are the business structure expenses, tax deductions usually associated with travel YouTube? I'm not a tax person. Rick is not a tax person. Midlife Thrive, sis, baby. We are not going to advise you on that. It all depends on what you want to do, but definitely talk to your tax person and tell them the outcomes that you want. The outcomes. If you want to be able to do this, this, and this, but not have to do that. For instance, I don't want to have a board of directors, but I want to be protected and be able to write all of these things off. They're going to tell you one thing. I don't mind having a board of directors, and I want to be able to do this, this, and this. They're going to tell you a different thing. I want to be able to have one company that has real estate holdings and sells product. They're going to tell you another thing. Okay. So we can't give those kinds of answers. But obviously, if you have a travel YouTube channel, then all of your travel should be able to be written off in general, right? Any money spent to do your business should be able to be written off. I even tried to write off clothing, but you can't write off clothing unless you can only wear it to do that thing. Anything that can be worn on the streets, you can't write it off. Not that I buy a lot of clothing, but still. So yeah, business structure, expenses, tax deductions, all of that. I would definitely talk to your tax person. And if you need a referral for a tax person, send us an email at hello@ourblackutopia.com. Our tax person is very good. Any tax person worth their salt, do not go to the person who is sitting in the booth in Walmart. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a certified public accountant. Certified public accountant, all right? Because when you have a business, you can't just do the 1040 thing, all right? The 1040 EZ thing, right? It's not that type of party. So if you need a referral, I can give you a referral. I did not put her information, and I'm not going to put her information in the description below, but I will give it to you. hello@ourblackutopia.com. And what any accountant worth their salt will give you an organizer. This is what they call it, an organizer at the beginning of the year, along with an engagement letter, all right? And that organizer, based upon whether you're just a 1040 person or whether you're 1040 plus a business, right? They're going to give you questions. Did you remember about this expense and this kind of expense and that kind of expense and this kind of expense, all right? And so I always look through that because sometimes I forget, oh yeah, I can write off this, I can write off that, right? So I look through that to remind me. But once I have a template done in my spreadsheet, I only look to see if there's something new I can write off. I don't need to look at all of that stuff anymore. I just scan through it to see if there's something that I don't recognize. All right. So I hope that helps. So the Portuguese people that we use on YouTube are Talk of the Streets and Portuguese with Carla. Carla's Black. Talk of the Streets. She looks kind of Latina, but I think she's from Brazil. But she knows European Portuguese and she knows English. I think she lived a while in London because she's got a English accent. So, but she knows a lot of our American idioms and is quick to tell us how to say something similar in Portuguese. Will you get dinged negatively with in-video AI because YouTube asks when you upload if your video created with AI? No. I watch a lot of videos that have some AI in them because they may show artwork or stuff that they've done with AI. And even when you do that, you have to put that some of the stuff is done with AI. The reason why they're doing that, is because of the deep fakes. Like that stupid video that somebody made of Kamala, of some actress that looked like Kamala doing a hit and run or some nonsense. See how they do? They got to cheat. So, all of the deep fake stuff that comes out when they did that to Nancy Pelosi back when I was still working, and they basically take the sound of her voice and then make it sound slurry and stuff like that, like she was losing it. That's why they put that check mark to say, is any of this created with AI? So that if it's something that you are faking a real person or something like that, then you will get dinged. But but in video it's not like it's necessarily creating people from scratch. It's also just taking stock photos and stock video clips and putting them together in the manner that you want for your according to the script or the bullet points that you gave it. All right. So AI does not necessarily mean that everything is generated from a computer, from elements, from zeros and ones, right? It could just be taking stuff like ChatGPT doesn't create stuff out of thin air. It just scans the whole internet and grabs and says, okay, Brookings Institute says this, CBS News says that. It's all still real stuff, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be deep fake stuff, but it's really the deep fake stuff that they want. Okay. And so Pinky is saying, I finished my TEFL diploma in March with 180 hours. Congrats. You do not need any degree to get a diploma or a certificate. Oh, okay. So to get the TEFL, you don't need a degree. You might need a degree to teach. Depends on the country and or the school. Right. And again, you do not have to be punching somebody's clock. You don't. All right. You can do it on your own. All right. I think that is it. I think we have done it. Y'all, if you want to book time with us, that information is in the description below. For those of you who want to move to Portugal, we only have 3 more tickets left at this price. When I checked this morning, 3. So if you want to go to the Move to Portugal Virtual Summit and pay less than you will tomorrow or the next day, okay, read TEFL is a common question that comes up in the job coaching group I attend. Yeah, I could see that, whether it's side hustle or full-time teaching, Pinky is saying. Again, I did not ask the people who teach me Spanish or Portuguese if they had a TEFL. I did not. What are the worksheets you're going to show me? What is your methodology? Okay. So let's not let other people's sifting mechanisms keep us from making that money. Now, obviously, if you want to go teach in a school, you're going to have to follow their rules. But if you want to teach online, all you got to do is add value and make sure you create your own platform. See, okay, so the Black Indians, they used AI. Yeah, and it was the Yarboroughs are doing some really cool mini documentaries. They really are. Yeah, the deepfake is scary. So the email address is hello@ourblackutopia.com. And for most YouTubers, you guys, this is just a pro tip. For most YouTubers, on their homepage, on their YouTube homepage, under About, you have to click and say, I'm a human or something like that, and it'll show you the email address. Okay, so our email address has always been on our YouTube channel, and it is on our website, ourblackutopia.com. Action VJ's got his tickets. And any of you who are coming to our meetup, we are definitely having another meetup. It's definitely going to be in June. It's going to be the same week as Juneteenth, as always. We had too much fun this year to not do it again. So we're definitely doing it again. So if you want to scout Portugal, and and you want to use something to get you going, you could use our meetup in June 2025 to let that be the date that is your scouting trip or your move date, right? We know Kendall used it as his move date. And so he said he's going to be here for our meetup, and that's going to be the day that he does not look back. So there you go. And Jess has purchased her tickets, y'all. We thank you so much. We love you. That is what we have for today. We hope you found this information valuable. If so, share it with your friends, because our community is underpaid. It is underpaid. And so share this information so they can get financially free, live life on their terms like we are. We love you, and we will see you next week. Bye.